All right, so these are the 28 pictures I picked out from the 720 that I shot on the A1 Mark II when I got an opportunity to shoot this game in Birmingham, Alabama. And so we're going to do two things at once. I'm going to crop and tone these pictures, and you're going to see how just sharp this lens is. It's an amazing, amazing lens. Typically what I do is I crop first, then I go back and do other adjustments. That's what we're going to do right now. But I think I'm going to go really tight on this one because the face of the guy in red is really good. Yeah, I think that's going to be, yeah, that looks good. So you can see I'm not afraid to crop at all. And that picture just sucks. I'm going to delete it. Don't need it. Okay, this is kind of a cool little hop. That worked out pretty well. All right, let's see here. Just kind of look at the background. You know, as you're looking at the images, just look at back here. Now, they're clearly in the middle of the field. I'm on the sideline. They're maybe 5 yards ahead of me. And just look at how beautiful, clear this is. I mean, it's super sharp where the player is. But even this guy's half the distance between, you know, the sideline, and he's a complete fuzzball. So this lens is really, really righteous. And a lot of people are going to have to try and figure out what to do with that 7200 because I'm not sure I need that lens anymore. I just don't know. I'm going to crop this one really skinny. Believe it or not, a lot of people have trouble finding images that will work on a website as like a strippy thing across the top, and this would be a pretty cool one for that. But look how sharp this is. I mean, it is really sharp, and look at the background. I mean, I'm probably 25 yards ahead of the quarterback, but I'm looking across 3/4 of the field here, and the background is gone. It's very pleasing, very nice. I really like the look of the 5150. Now here, I'm going to go in and realize this is full frame, so this is like the whole thing. But I'm going to go in really tight, and I'm looking for this, you know, quarterback under pressure as the primary thing. It holds up great. I mean, really, really nice. I love it. Obviously, if you have the A1 Mark II, it makes it much easier to justify the 50-150 because if you're not going to use a 7200 in addition, you can just punch in when you want to, or you can crop in after the fact. Either way, you get, you know, a lot of bang for your buck with that combination of camera and lens. So this is a fumble, and it's really, really close to the end zone. And there's like a bunch of problems. Now, here's what I want to show you. This is probably, you know, at 150, and then you can see the ball pops out, and I go wide. This is probably 75 millimeter or so. And I'm looking for, you know, who's gonna hit on that ball. And you know, the Stallions have now fumbled. There's the ball. I mean, this is the guy that had the ball. And now I'm at like 52 millimeter. And this is what you can't do. You wouldn't be able to get this wide with a 7200, obviously. And the ability to crop whatever you want, literally, is pretty substantial. You know, I'm going pretty far in here, and it's fine. It's all good. So here's another frame. I'm just assuming that they're going to want this. This fumble is really, really huge part of the game. And then finally he falls on it and almost loses it again, actually. We got the react from the guy on the far left of the frame. But even here, like I'm at 50 millimeter f2, this background's pretty good. Now it's a little more, you know, busy than I'd like, probably. but it still works. And this guy's still a fuzzball. This guy's way out of focus. And it's so sharp right where I want it to be. Then he goes the other way. He thinks he's going to pick it up and run, which of course he can't do and doesn't, but it's still kind of a cool frame. All right, so we're back to, this is the full 8,000 pixel wide, whatever. And for the reason I gave earlier, it's really pretty cool to be able to just go in and do that. I love it. I should try to make this bigger. Get rid of this, but it won't let me. Okay. Anyway, and here's the actual sack. So we're going to go in tight for that. Really tight, actually. And, you can see him falling. You're looking at the ground. He's going to go down. Blah, blah, blah. So this is a boring picture, and I thought about getting rid of it, but I just want to show you how far away he is from me. Like, he is running down. He's at the 10-yard line, but he's running on the edge. He's probably only 15 feet, maybe 20 feet away from the sideline. And, the background is still pretty pleasantly out of focus. It's just busy, but it's still out of focus. He's nice and sharp. Again, the look of the lens, I think, is really quite tremendous. I really love the look of this 50-150 for football. It's nice. This is, again, like another kind of cool frame where he's falling. And I'm trying to find my way in here to crop this. Yeah, that works. This is just a guy running by, but, when you have a lens that's this sharp, it's pretty slick to be able to just pull that out. And, yep. Again, this is a boring picture, but, you got to shoot the kickers, man. You always have to. So, but anyway, the big challenge for many of us is you have to make a decision. Do you want the 50-150 in the first place? And if you do, the next question is, well, what do I do with my 135-1.8? What do I do with my 7200? Do I keep both of those? And then I don't think so. I think the 50-150 is probably the way. And I think it's the way forward for me. I shot this picture not because it's great, but even as I was shooting the game, it was just so beautiful how sharp it could be right here. And then right over here, it's just completely gone. I really like that. The look of the lens is pretty tremendous. I mean, I'm probably, this is the end zone. So I'm probably 30 yards away from Norwood here. And I'm probably, 45 yards away from these guys. But look at the difference between him and the rest of them. That's really, really narrow depth of field. That's quite beautiful. And again, the 50-150, it just, it doesn't make sense for a lot of people, but I tell you, it's got a real interesting look to it. And I just love it. Look how sharp that is. Look how he pops out of there through all this fuzzball. I mean, I really, really, really like this lens a lot. This was a broken up pass intended for 14, and the stallion, knocked it away. It was a big play of the game, but not a great picture because they're not facing me. But still, I'm able to get a lot out of it, and it's really sharp. No problem there. You always shoot injuries. You just have to. It's just, you never know when it's going to be somebody's last game ever or whatever. And, I felt like it was really good use of the 50-150 to do that. You got React on his face. He's in a lot of pain, whatever. You'll have to ignore my slanted, I'm listening to port here. Sorry about that. What I usually like to do is straighten the picture first and then crop. So we'll see if it still works, but we'll have to go in there and see. But this is a really nice just series of jubilation. I just thought this was a really cool. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Again, sorry about the slanted area. Like I should have been on this better, but I think I'm going to go way in on him anyway, because that's a really great react. Jubo, as they say in the AP. That's a pretty nice picture. All right, so that's all the pictures. All I'm going to do now is go back and tone them and do some highlight recovery and things like that. But all I wanted to really do in this video is just show you what the 50 to 150 actually looks like for field sports. Now, the football field is smaller than soccer or football, depending where you're at in the world. It's way small. You know, the 50 to 150 is probably not going to be as good a lens as a 7200 for things like lacrosse or soccer or rugby, maybe. Rugby fields are just massive. And like in the CFL, if you shoot football up in Canada, you're definitely going to want to stay with your, 7200, maybe with a 1.4 converter, because everything is so far away because the field is so massive. But for American football, I think there's a real advantage to have f2 at 150 millimeter as the longest. And then it doesn't kind of matter what happens when they run into the end zone and on goal and you're back there in the back of the end zone with no light behind you at a night game. This lens is going to create an incredible advantage for us as sports photographers, I think. Now, this is just about football. And, in basketball, I just don't know how you could not use the 50 to 150 for hoops. It's just the perfect, that and 300-2.8 and you're done. And, wrestling, judo, karate, anything that happens on a mat, 50 to 150 is going to be tremendous. Another area that people probably aren't going to talk about too much, but boxing. 50 to 150 for boxing, ringside, get out of town, man. Anyway, I know that I primarily shoot football and I put a lot of football up in my videos, but let me know what you think about the 50 to 150. Do you have it already? Are you planning on getting it? Are you going to have to sell your 7200 to get it? Or are you going to keep your 7200 and then buy this in addition? And then other sports that I may not be aware of that I don't shoot, what are you seeing as a great advantage for the 50 to 150? So let me know what your comments are in the field below. Thanks so much.